Hi, welcome to Beacon Sky Trend Watch. I'm here today with Anthony Tan from AJT Medical, and we're here to talk about wellness and senior living. Good morning, Anthony.
Morning, Mark.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this time to share who we are and what we do.
Yeah. Can you please explain a bit who AJT Medical is?
Sure. AJT is a local company based in Singapore. We have 3 subsidiaries, of which our main focus is on management and also consulting, but focus on 2 very strong brands, which is Dr. Map is our medical brand, which we facilitate concept, deliverables, implementation and management. So very medical. We manage medical centers ranging from 1,000 square meters right up to 4,000 square meters, which is the modern world of medical approach today, rather than going into a hospital. So it's easy, fast, good turnaround. Wellity is wellness for hospitality. By having Dr. Map with the fundamental values of healthcare, medical protocols, we put all this and embed into wellness, and we bring this wellness into hospitality. So Wellity is a brand for hospitality into resorts living, lifestyle living, styling living, and wellness environment.
Okay.
That's what we are in AJT, and Bangkok is always a good place to be.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. We're here today to talk a bit about the wellness and how the wellness kind of fits into hospitality. How have you seen in the recent years, what kind of developments have you seen, and how has that evaluated in the recent times?
Well, over the last 5 years, taking this business into the new industry of integrating 2 components of wellness, healthcare, and putting all into one hub of hospitality, we've seen great demands over the last, especially the last 3 years, coming in very strongly on property developers, entrepreneurs and business people who would like to start resorts or hotel, not looking at the common values of what hotel could provide. They are all looking for something new. Not very much into spa, but more in depth of wellness, looking at preventive functional medicine and looking at pre and post results. So it has been a very big demand, especially within this region. Thailand is one, Malaysia is growing extremely. As you can see, the medical tourism is now, Malaysia is taking its lead over the ASEAN region as well. So yes, there's a big demand.
Yeah. There's a bit of a gray line between what hospital medical care is and what wellness, and how do you, has that changed, or how do you see that? Where's the dividing line in if you go into wellness hospitality?
Very interesting, Mark, because many people can't define the word wellness.
Right.
To me, wellness is basically looking in depth of one person's well-being. In depth looking means looking at the root of one issue in terms of your cellular level, looking at your energy level, and looking at moving all your chronic fatigue illnesses away. That's basically what I look at wellness. It's not a spa. Wellness is something that I see there is a pre and post, as I mentioned. And this is something that has already been there for preventive functional medicine for years.
Right.
Back to a good, maybe many years, 100-odd years. It's been there in Germany and in the Europe countries. It's just that it's not been instilled into the Asian upbringing.
Okay.
So it's there. It's just that medical is very conventional. That you will go for a hospital to do your normal health screening. After your health screening, you get your results. Doctors will tell you, they'll diagnose you. Yeah, your cholesterol is high, your sugar is a little bit high. For male, they tell you, be alarmed, your PSA is going on the high side, watch it. But what happens after that? Where do you put your medical report after seeing a doctor? You just tuck it aside. But in terms of wellness, it's basically something that is very comfort, knowing that you can do it in a very different way, in a lifestyle, in a very stylish way of how you want to basically manage your health, eating good, going to good places, environment, mind, you know. So that's basically more in terms of wellness and compared to conventional. Conventional, I would say doctors would diagnose you and say, all right, you got to take the antibiotic, you got to take some medication, go back, rest 3 days. But for wellness, no. It's an ongoing process. The only difference is you will see a little bit longer time to see your improvement. and you got to do your own health due
Okay.
diligence. That's what I look. But it works marvelously.
Yeah, yeah. Can you share with us what are the success stories in recent times here in Asia that you've seen where you've seen the execution of wellness being integrated with senior living? Where have you seen that? Can you share that with us? Where that works?
Sure. Coming from my past experience, 26 years in the hospitality and 15 years in the healthcare, I've seen wellness is now very much embedded into lots of resorts. Coming in, especially for us, we are doing a set of properties in Krabi.
Right.
We are not just looking at hospitality, we even include things like hot spring, in looking into wellness environment, putting wellness environment into a property of resorts. Example being, in a room, you'll be looking at how you would like to improve your quality of air, your antioxidant level, using the right lightings, circadian lightings to put you in the right mood. That's basically to manage your pattern of your sleep. Giving you quality water, alkaline, showering with mineral waters. So these are all the fundamental important of wellness that is really happening. And I've seen that very well, and we are doing projects on that level now.
Okay.
Yes.
And senior living is somewhat new for Asia, that whole
yes.
concept of retirement. And we obviously, we're all, you know, it's a new buzz and a new focus word.
Yes,
so
yes.
how do you see wellness being integrated into senior living?
I think it's very important because the old school thoughts of senior living, well, I always like to take my parents as an example. But just moving back, if you would look at the old senior living, when you tell somebody, if I tell you, Mark, I would like to put you in the senior care, what first thing comes into your mind? What's the first thing comes into your mind? If I'm your son, I'm going to tell you, Dad, I'm going to put you in the senior.
Yeah, for me it's about being part of a community, being part of and well-being for myself.
Yeah. So that's one thing would come in. For me, if I would tell a senior guy, I will tell my dad, I'm going to put you into a senior living. First thing that comes in mind, you're going to put me away, right? Next question he would ask me, what's there for me? So I think the old school thoughts of senior is very passé, it's very dull.
Right.
It's just trying to keep them active with painting, musical, keeping them active, dancing, going, clapping their hands, you know. That doesn't work anymore for senior living.
Right.
I think for today's senior living, the importance of wellness is getting and assisting them to know where they are. Where is their bioidentical ages, what is their cellular level is, helping them to understand their health. As we age, and you can see the aging population is increasing tremendously. People are starting to live more than 60s. It allows us to live more than 60s. But the reason that defrain us from living healthy is because of environment, mental. Our family roots of our family DNA. What are we? Are we having a good DNA from our family background? So wellness comes into a very important part into senior living.
Yeah.
So basically the wellness of putting in the preventive health, keeping someone not just the mind and body active, but knowing one bioidentical age, knowing one cellular level, keeping him active, and especially for people who age, that's one thing that we don't want them to fall into, is getting lung diseases, getting anything like pneumonia, that basically clicks, and whatever, how healthy you are, that will bring you off. So the environment plays a very important part. The activities of preventive programs plays a very important part. Looking at one very important, immunity, looking at their interleukin level, the Th1, Th2, that in Chinese we call the yin and yang. Make sure that it's always balanced. Looking at their hormones levels, because when we age, our hormones all depletes. Because if you look into normal senior homes, you don't get all these services. Nutrition, another good factor. And the most important is the community. Mark, do you agree that they are going there, they are accessible like a lifestyle?
Correct.
It's not a home.
That's right.
We don't want to call it a senior. They have everything. They have accessibility, just like they're staying in a beautiful home of their own. They can do the natural things like gardening and so on. Yeah. But I think the most important, accessibility to their families. That the senior living facilities have to create families united. Right. So that means not putting them too far away. So there are many developers who came to me, I'm going to build a senior home here, there. So first thing I'll ask them, how far is that away from reality in life? Yeah. Too far? Kids will always give excuse, sorry, Mom,
Dad, far away.
I'm too far. But if you're looking at them, so the location, the connection, the uniting of families, that's the maze. Because as parents, we want to be close to our kids. That's my view.
Yeah. Tell me, looking a bit forward for the next 5 years, where do you see the trend going in terms of wellness and related to that senior living? What do you think is going to happen? How do you see that evolving in a segment which is new to Asia?
I think it's coming. It's coming very, very soon. If you look at business, developers, entrepreneurs, funding, many of them are looking into this angle, providing lifestyle settings into condos, villas and homes, whereby one, they are looking at faster returns. Rather than putting up a hospital, your returns will take you 15 years or even more depending on number of beds. But if looking at providing a community setup, I think it's humongous. It's coming very soon. And I think the trend is driving wellness into it very much. The only cost of the thing that, in terms of operating, that's the key fundamental issue. The right operator got to know how to integrate this home managing system. That means you cannot forget about the conventional healthcare. That's still got to be there in the senior living to cater to them if they fall sick, if they have pains, you know, or some of the seniors who are staying there might have chronic fatigue, you know. So the conventional part still got to be there. The nursing care, to a certain extent of 30% of the whole concept, has to be there. But the 70% of the whole concept of wellness in terms of managing a senior living will be very much prevention, active, lifestyle, style, nature, community, uniting families. These are the key things that I would think are the key factors to run a successful.
Interesting. Very good. Well, we look forward to hopefully see that this segment will evolve and will grow in Southeast Asia. And I agree with you. I think we all look forward that this is going to be a very new and important new segment in our industry. Thank you for sharing that with us today, Anthony.
You're welcome, Mark. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Very good. Well, thank you for watching Beacon Sky Trend Watch. And please give it thumbs up, give it like, or share it if you like this video. And we look forward to seeing you till our next episode. Cheers.